What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge for a basketball edition as the Oklahoma Sooners open up the season against the Central Michigan Chippewas and get the dub going away. Nice win tonight in Norman. It's great to have basketball season here. Before we get started, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel because we will have a lot of basketball content as well as other sports with OU. But guys, let's start. Obviously, some clear things stand out on this team compared to last year's team. What were your opening thoughts about this opening game, guys?
Uh, it, it's a drastically different team. Coaching adjustments were made, uh, built in the portal, brought in athleticism. Offense got changed by Porter Moser, and it showed tonight. I mean, they had a blowout win over Central Michigan. This is exactly what needed to happen. I know a year ago at this time, you guys were, I wasn't even here yet, doing a post game reaction after a opening season loss at home to, I think it was Arkansas Pine Bluff. Just an embarrassing night. Or Sam Houston, okay. Embarrassing night a year ago. Tonight it's the complete opposite, getting a blowout win at the LNC.
Yeah, and quite a few things stood out to me tonight. One, just the athleticism, like y'all said. And listen, Porter Moser's third year, and we complained about this last year. I know we got into some heated arguments about it, but Porter Moser did not have the athleticism last year to compete. You're not going to compete in the Big 12 with what they had out there. They got it this year, but one thing, Porter Moser's team's always good on defense. Now with this team being athletic, I expect them to be really good at defense. You saw it in stretches tonight where they were just shut down. Their on-ball defense with their guards, their height and their athleticism, they had multiple blocks on guys driving. So overall, very impressed. Otega Away really impressed me tonight, even with his shot. He made some shots, not just a driver. Really great elite defender. And then just a guy like McCollum, I think, is the guy who can get you buckets when you really need a bucket.
Yeah, Jalen Moore stood out to me. Hewley in the middle is just basically a stopper in the middle. He's more athletic than I thought he would be. He can score around the basket. And like Gottlieb, who was on the call tonight, the color analyst there, talked a lot about his conditioning. He's only going to get better. But I'll tell you what, the dart hard, McCollum, Uzan, and Suarez, guys, Porter Moser can go small, or he could go with the bigger lineup. He's got so many different things he can do with defensively. Like, I liked how they were pressing full court in a little 1-2-2 early tonight. There are a lot of things I like. They shot the ball better from three than maybe I expected him to do. So it's really a fun team. Uzan can get to the basket anytime he wants. He's a great passer. I don't look for him to be the leading scorer. I think he's just going to be the game manager, and that's exactly what you got to have if you want to go far in the tournament. And this team, guys, should be in the tournament based on the athleticism and what I think they got to bring to the table.
Yeah, it's really early, only the first game of the season, but this team should be, on paper, should be a tournament team, 100%, with the talent that they brought in from the portal. Javion McCollum, he led the team in scoring tonight with 19 points. Otega always back. He had 18. You mentioned Milos Uzan. He had 4 assists tonight, spreading the ball pretty well for the Sooners in the 30-point win, 89-59 over Central Michigan. Like, this team should be a tournament team. And again, we'll see come Big 12 play. That's a whole nother gauntlet in its own when you get into the heart of the Big 12 schedule.
Yeah, and a couple of things. I'm going to point out a couple of things I think they have to be better at. I know we're being positive right now, but here's a couple of things. Last year and really under Porter Moser, they've struggled with turnovers. They've turned the ball over a lot. They still had, I looked up, I don't know, midway through the second half, they still had double-digit turnovers, 10 or 11.
12 turnovers.
Yeah, so that's got to be cleaned up. And then the other thing I'll say is my concern is that, like, especially in Big 12, when they play Kansas, I mean, Godwin to me as the 5, that's a little concerning. And if you go up against a team with a real athletic center. Now, I'll say this. When Godwin's in and Moore's in with him, it helps. But there was a couple of times Godwin was in without Moore, and it can get exposed there, I think.
Well, what was Godwin's total rebound? I know he only had one most of the game. One rebound
One.
for the starting
Yeah,
center.
that's got to be better.
Hey, listen.
Otey led the Sooners in rebounding with 8.
Well,
Jalen Moore, I believe, had 5.
and they got beat on the
Three.
offensive glass. They got beat on, so that's got to be.
Yeah, it was bad offensive rebounding. I mean, they weren't rebounding well all night tonight. And honestly, when you have this athletic of a team, guys, and your guards are this athletic, I mean, there's no excuse for that because the guards are going to have to come down and help this team rebound because they're not great on the bigs. So, I mean, I think the guards have got to drop down and rebound better so that they can be a better rebounding team. I look for them to do that. Now, they did cause a lot of turnovers tonight, first half especially. That's what they'll be able to do, get after you defensively.
Yeah,
and
7 steals as a team. 7.
Well, and they got their points off the turnovers were really good. So that means – and I will say, kudos to Porter Moser, guys. What he did in the offseason, I know it's one game, but you can tell it's a totally different team, like Hunter said, athleticism-wise. And then also – they did. I know early on they weren't really pushing it, but that's because Central Michigan was making buckets. But when they started missing and OU went on that run and OU started getting stops, they really did push the tempo quite a bit more than a Porter Moser team would in the past. So kudos to Porter, man.
I mean, I wouldn't have to go very far. Two doors down, there's a mirror, and that's where I would find the biggest Moser critiquer last year, and it was me. And I'm going to be honest, I was. Doug Gottlieb made an interesting comment tonight on the call when he said that last year, Porter Moser, part of it was Moser's coaching style and the athletes he had recruited that they weren't able to extend the defense out. Okay? Moser's been in the Big 12. He knows. I mean, he's a smart guy. He knew it had to be better. He knew he had to change his. Guys, that is the sign of a good leader, to be able to adapt how you run things, and he has done that. So I give him credit too. And I'm excited about this team. When I saw Jalen Moore catch one in the block at the middle of the paint, he did a drop step. He was going up to dunk the ball. He got fouled. He was going to dunk it. Okay? They haven't had that in a while.
Hey,
yeah, Jalen Moore is going to be special. I never thought I'd hear Jeremy say that Moser's a smart guy. That's wow. Times have changed. They're already changing in Norman, Oklahoma. Anyhow, you guys mentioned earlier the points off turnovers. I pulled it up. OU had 20 points tonight off turnovers.
Great.
That's winning plays right there. That's why they won by 30. They got to keep that up the rest of the season.
Well, and you'd have to go back a little bit of time to find an OU basketball team this athletic all around.
You would, but hey, the thing is, you have to be in this league. Houston, Kansas, Texas, I mean, they are just loaded with athletes. OU has done the right thing bringing these guys in.
100%.
And you got another. Next game is November 10th, and then another one November 14th, and another one November 17th. So you got 4 games at the LNC within a 2-week span. Fans, get out there and support these guys. The product on the floor is better. It's more exciting. No excuse to not get in the LNC here in these first few games. So take a chance, get out there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you do, because this will be the place to get all the post-game content, pre-game content as we ramp up the season. Make sure you're part of Sooner Surge. Till next time, guys. Boomer.